So, last time on Control, we entered a building that is the FBC, the Federal Bureau of Control. It's a building that can't be found by mundane folks. Unless you already know about it and you're specifically looking for it, you're not going to find it. Yeah. I mean, I have more hopes of reading through 10 pages than I do reading an entire book, but we'll see. I mean, I've got legend lore right here. Well, everything's falling. Okay. Crisis averted. I got legend lore right there that I've read about that. Yeah, 10 pages on since I got it 2 weeks ago, but, you know, a man can hope. So we went into the FBC building, the Federal Bureau of Control, that people usually can't find. We could, because we are in contact with an entity. And if you've been here for a bit, you know that by now we know about at least 4 entities. We've got the Darkness from Alan Wake. We've got the Thing that Jesse is talking to. We've got the Hiss that's new to this game. We've got the Board that's new to this game. And probably the Janitor. So that's actually 5 entities. The one we're in contact with protected us because almost as soon as we got inside of this building, we got in contact with the Hiss, which is another entity that we know next to nothing about right now. But it's been compared to a noise, a sound, like this hissing sound when you're near an electrical field and things like that. It just vibrates. And it feels like the Hiss is kind of, it's that. It's what it is as a concept in a sentient form. Just like the Darkness, we have to assume is sentient darkness from another place somehow that came into this world. We don't quite know how that works and how these entities are created and what they mean. Probably, since most of them are human concepts given form, some literally invented concepts like the Board. It's essentially corporate as a concept taken form. So most likely these entities come from our consensus, our mind in one form or another, and maybe they even evolve over time because, as we know, the Board chooses the director based on the weapon they give. I forget currently the name of the weapon, but whoever holds the weapon is their representative. Right now, this person is called the director. But, which is now a gun, the service weapon is the name of the thing. What is now a gun used to be a sword. Or at least we have heavy implications that it used to be a sword, maybe even Excalibur. And, I mean, I'm going to assume that Arthur didn't use to run around, you know, calling himself the director working for the Board, right? So the concept of the Board probably evolved and changed over time. It might have been the hierarchy back then, or actually the monarchy probably it was called back then, or something like that. I don't know. But point is, most likely these entities are given form or sentience or something like that from humanity first. Just theorizing here, but we'll see. No, I said fifth. I said the fifth. The Darkness, the Janitor, the Board, the Hiss, and whatever's talking to us, whatever protected us from being possessed by the Hiss when we came into the building. Unless I'm missing a sixth. That's quite possible, quite frankly. If I do, just point me in the right direction I'll talk about it. Right now it's not coming into mind, but there might be a sixth. I wouldn't be surprised. There are entities all over the place in this game. I mentioned it quickly, but yeah, I guess I could expand. There is most likely another entity in play in the building right now. So we have the Hiss, essentially, which is invading, and whoever hears the sound gets possessed and turned into monsters, let's just say, to keep it simple. Zombie-like creatures that can fly or have all kinds of weird para-utilitarian, I think that's the word, powers. And they're trying to kill me. There's the board who chooses a director and seems to be running the FBC, which usually, when the hiss isn't invading, it investigates the paranormal, it controls the population in terms of controlling the media, controlling the narration, essentially, so people don't panic. It's really more about, protecting people from the supernatural. And there's the janitor, which we have seen evidence of people being possessed-ish, being host to the janitor. The current host seems to be Hati, which is the person who led us into the building, or at least let us go deeper into the building so that we could find the service weapon and become the director. And Hati refers to the director as his assistant. So there's a relationship there that I don't quite grasp, but the nuts and bolt of it is the janitor appears to be a fairly powerful entity. Like, we don't see it do anything, but the rules don't apply to it. And that's pretty interesting. Like, there's an object of power in the game called the hotline, and you can't use it. If you use it, you die, unless you're the director. If you're the director, you can use the hotline to talk to the board. And there has been people referred to as janitors in the logs that have used the book, that have used the phone. Some of them several times. They have used it and they have not died despite not being the director. So there are some implications there, for sure. And as we keep playing the game, we're going to discuss the janitor quite a bit more. So right now the situation is there's a lockdown, and we are trying to regain control of the situation. We're trying to specifically reach the hotline, which we just did, so that the previous director, who is dead, can somehow talk to us, communicate with us, and let us know a couple of things that we need to know. Let us know the basics, I guess. And that's where we are. We literally just got to the phone, got a cool cutscene, and now we have a bunch of new things that came into the collection section of the menu that we can watch. That is going to be the previous director showing us things. So we're going to start today by doing that. We're going to watch all of those to get a feel for the place, get a feel for the situation in general, and then we're going to continue on with the story. So let's do this. Oh, we got back here for some weird reason. That's fine. Okay. Let's figure out what the buttons are. Here we go. Got some new mods. Anything we want. Energy recovery speed. For now, we're good. Launch cost, that's fine. Health plus 15. Right now, what will we have? We've got more healing from... Yeah, for now this is more important. Okay, let's go through the new collectibles. Multimedia, this one. Sure, let's start there.
Ring, ring. It's Dr. Darling calling. In 1978, a comms department intern heard the hotline ring and picked it up, going against every safety protocol in the manual. She never recovered, and the handful of witnesses required extensive memory repression therapy. It is a phone. It's an object of power. It doesn't connect to any typical network, A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is, under the right conditions, to other planes of existence as well. Our very own Ouija board. Only the director can answer it safely, and what he hears is kept classified.
By the way, that was Dr. Darling, who is, I believe, head of research. I'm going to try to keep those straight. There are a few departments. Like, I know he's the science guy. I'm just not sure of the exact wording. Right. So the hotlines is a few ones. There are a couple of minutes each, so we're going to be at it for about 15 minutes. I do ask for your patience, but it should be worth it.
It took us a long time to learn how to stabilize the control points, the ley lines, the meridians of the oldest house. Darling found a way to soothe this beast. We discovered we must cleanse control points of all interference. It's my duty as the director, like Northmore before me. I couldn't manage it in my own house, at my home. I'll damn well do it here. Without the control points, the oldest house would swallow us alive. We'd be sealed inside an endless labyrinth. No one would hear our screams. If an enemy ever managed to corrupt the control points, it'd be over fast, spreading like a cancer, leaping over the fire breaks like a crown of fire. They are the weak point. Darling's right about that. He's wrong about everything else. Dangerously wrong. Suspiciously wrong. Has he been compromised?
Okay. Interesting. Wrong about everything else. What exactly is the everything else that you are mentioning here?
I can hear the hotline ringing in my dreams, constantly ringing. Ringing so loud I can't hear the voice I'm straining to understand. Why don't I pick up? It's a secure line of communication with the board. They would tell me what I need to know. Do I fear their answers? Would they have warned me of this threat? I didn't see it coming. A traitor in our midst. A conspiracy plotted right behind me. I can't trust anyone. I must assume all my intel has been manipulated. The hotline is the only channel I can trust. Bind it, control it. The rule and the ritual with objects of power. It can't be tampered with. The lifeline to the astral plane and the board. I must seek guidance. Soon. I'll rest first. I'm so tired. Always tired now. But I must reach the hotline. I think I'm under attack. An attack of dementia, exhaustion. It's a brain cloud making me forget. The hotline. I must reach the hotline.
Okay. Ooh, the Ocean View Motel. I forgot to mention that. That's fine. There's a video on it, so I'm gonna let the video explain the Ocean View Motel. But I freaking love that place. So apparently there was a traitor. Interesting. Probably among the management team, actually.
A director needs a team. My management team. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well as I do. Some even better. They have proven themselves. Darling, Tomasi, Salvador, Marshall. Marshall especially, my head of operations. She sees right through me. She knows I don't like relying on people. The only person you should fail is yourself. So I followed my own orders. Northmore hated my guts for that. But things change when you become director. You suddenly see this dark void for the horror show it truly is. filled with screaming fear we pretend to control. Sand leaks through my fingers. The roses I pruned in the garden back when I still had a family, all dead. Heat escapes my body. My thoughts are scattered. The universe keeps expanding, and I can't keep up with it alone. When I forget that, things go wrong, and my team has to pick up the pieces. Damage control. To help me get out of my mess.
So he has issues. Ocean View Motel.
The Ocean View Motel and Casino is a familiar friend to me. I stayed in countless motels like it while investigating AWEs across the country, back in my field agent days. Those roadside motels all bleed together like a dream. Same and not the same. Anywhere and nowhere. The Ocean View operates on dream logic, and the light switch cord leaks out to be found in the most unexpected places, and sometimes successfully encouraged to appear and act as a convenient lock to keep out those not trained in dreamscape navigation. Even Bureau veterans can only find one key in the motel. The key that opens the door marked with the inverted black pyramid.
The symbol of
the rest,
board.
the many other doors, are still mysteries to us. We're all merely guests there. Even the board. Sometimes I need to visit, just to breathe easier for a while. It beats the numb, sterile apartment I spend my nights in, insulated from everything but myself. I guess that's where the whiskey comes in.
So that's the Ocean View Motel. We're going to visit it a few times throughout the game. It's always going to be a different and weird experience every time. And to get there, we usually need to flick a light switch 3 times. It's part of the ritual. I'm going to let the game explain what rituals are. There's a whole department dedicated to rituals, so you're going to hear about that eventually. Why does he call it the inverted black pyramid? Maybe he never actually saw the board like we did. Just a thought. I'm assuming he's referring literally the symbol on the door currently right now, because that's what's there. On the door that leads back to our building, the symbol is an inverted black pyramid. It's actually right here, like boom, like this. Here we go. If I put my mouse away, that's the door that leads back to the FBC or the Holders house, if you will. I'm thinking that's what he's referring to here. After that, what he's seen or hasn't seen of the board, I don't know. Maybe he has, maybe he hasn't. Not sure, however, what you're implying by saw the board like we did. Just wondering if I missed something that might be important. So if you could expand on that, what you mean that we saw, if you would, please. And we've got the coming storm, which I guess is going to talk about the hiss and possibly a bit more about the traitor.
Something's coming. The whisper's growing louder. The worst winter storm in Bureau history. Retribution for my sins. Our sins. This threat could destroy the Bureau, everything I've built. Destroy me. A web spun, turning this place against me. I catch glimpses of it in the corner of my eye. It's just out of reach. Elusive. It's clever. A perverse game of hide and seek. Is this part of an attack? Obfuscating the facts. Dimming my eyes. It's hard to tell. I need answers. I haven't heard back from Darling. I fear for my friend, my closest ally. I think we made a terrible mistake all those years ago. That thing he studies is putting us all in danger. It's my duty as director to keep the Bureau safe. It'll be difficult. What's done can't be undone. There's no easy fix. Magical thinking is a requirement for survival. Pain and suffering are mandatory. To change things, you have to break yourself. I don't know if I have the strength. I'm old and weak. I'm afraid. I can see my hands trembling. I'm losing control.
Okay. Symbol for the board has connection to house. Why wouldn't they have connected to 2 unless he never saw what the board looks like? I'm still not sure what you're mentioning because I don't remember seeing what the board looks like either. Pretty sure we don't see it in a game either, unless I forgot something important. I feel like there's a connection I'm not making. Either way, the next video is literally about the board, or rather the directorship. So who knows? Maybe, oh no, actually this one is from the board, about the directorship. Okay, so maybe it's not going to touch on what you mean. Hey Kelrath, hi. We saw the board. When? It's possible I don't remember it, but I feel like I would remember that. It feels like a big deal. For now, let's see what this video is. Let's give Terraria some time to elaborate on his point. Wow. Your authority / chosen one. The Bureau / game needs you. See, board going meta again. Even here, like when they're talking to us, like the symbol is still the inverted pyramid. That's personally the board. It's right there. Yeah, but it's a pyramid. I admit I'm not seeing what you're seeing. In any event, welcome to the oldest house. Hello, Kelrath. Thank you for coming. I hope you're going to have a good time with us. I have, yes. The thing is, I played this game about a year ago. I've already forgotten quite a bit about it, which is a good thing, because I get to re-experience it. Not quite, you know, for the first time, but I do get to re-experience it. And let the viewers essentially discover it with me at the same time, which is a pretty cool experience. The fastest way back to Emily is going to be going back here, ignoring them folks. I am not fighting them folks again. And going back to the hotline, past it to my office. It should take us pretty much straight back. Yeah, see the hotlines over there? That's my office. Should take me straight back to Emily. Kara says, I have remembered some sort of discussion about whether or not the pyramid is the board or if they're standing on top of it. Something about how a triangle pointed up is stability and down is instability. Okay. Based on that, though, the board would represent instability. Interesting, because to me they represent the opposite. So, okay, let's try to remember that by the time we get to the Foundation DLC, because, I mean, we're going to go through all of them, for sure. Actually, you know what? That's the first time I realized, but that's a huge inverted pyramid right there. I literally never realized that. Huh. Or that their view on our world is instability. Oh yeah, that could work too. it's, I mean, literally under the control point too. I mean, the control point is literally under it as well. Some interesting points, I guess. Well, not points, but food for thought. The whole thing is. Did we check this one out? Just making sure, because there are often loot in these. I guess so. Okay, so it's an inverted pyramid. Why would he not have connected the door that leads to the oldest house that has an inverted pyramid with the board who shows itself as a pyramid? Oh. Right. Okay, I see what you mean. Like, why wouldn't he understand that in... Okay. Where's the button again? Okay, so your point is the way he says it. Like, he doesn't... Can I... Oh, no, I can't go quickly through
The Ocean View Motel and Casino is a familiar friend to me.
So you're saying he...
I stayed in
Oh, I mean, he would have had to know. I mean, literally... Like, it's right there. He would have had to know. I'm not going to sit through another minute and a half of him talking about the Ocean Motel, but it would be weird if he didn't make the link. It would be weird.
Jesse, did you get the hotline? I mean, how is it out there? The comms? The hiss? Sorry. You made it. I'm glad.
Emily? Let's talk.
Of course.
It's a good point. We should talk. But first, coffee. Okay, dang it. Now I'm curious. All right, let's hear it one more time. Wish I could move through that, but...
The Ocean View Motel and Casino is a familiar friend to me. I stayed in countless motels like it while investigating AWEs across the country, back in my field agent days. Those roadside motels all bleed together like a dream. Same and not the same. Anywhere and nowhere. The Ocean View operates on dream logic, and the light switch cord leaks out to be found in the most unexpected places. And sometimes successfully encouraged to appear and act as a convenient lock to keep out those not trained in dreamscape navigation. Even Bureau veterans can only find one key in the motel. The key that opens the door marked with the inverted black pyramid. The rest, the many other doors, are still mysteries to us. We're all merely guests there. Even the board. Sometimes I need to visit.
I'm not sure I'm reading it as he doesn't know. Like, we've only got the key to this door with that symbol on it. And he even kind of ties it to the board, implying that from there he guesses that even the board is just a guess. Like, even the board has just this one room and no access to the other room. So, to me, I'm reading it as he does know. I could be wrong, and that's obviously just my interpretation of it. But for me, he has made the link. Analysis of the Hiss threat, Part 1. Summary. Initial encounters with the entity known as the Hiss has revealed various behavioral facts. Most notably, the Hiss is able to invade or corrupt control points, altered items, and even humans, radically changing their behavior. Curiously, any person wearing one of the wearable HRA devices that Dr. Darling has been distributing over the past week was not affected by this corruption. The only known exception to this fact is the new director, Jesse Faden, who possesses an inherent immunity to the Hiss. This could indicate that she has already been corrupted, but her behavior is so in contrast to that of the other Hiss that I have dismissed the theory. My final observation comes from Mrs. Faden herself. She is able to cleanse material and organisms of the Hiss corruption. We tested this ability on a Hiss-corrupted entity, but unfortunately the process seems to kill the host. Perhaps the host's physiology becomes reliant on the Hiss. More work to be done. Report to file, blah blah, for a full report. All right, let's talk to her. As I remember last time, she said she was ready to talk about the entity, not the hiss, but the one that's protecting us, with Emily. So this should be interesting.
I got the hotline. I can make out what Trench is saying now.
Incredible. What did he say?
He talked about his management team. People who knew the Bureau's secrets. Your boss, Darling. Tomasi, but he's gone. He's gone. Salvador?
He's the head of security.
And Marshall?
Helen Marshall is head of operations. She's tough, ex-CIA. She took her Rangers and went to the research sector to secure the HRA production. She hasn't come back.
Someone who could help us. The other sectors. How do I get there?
It's impossible because of the internal lockdown. You can perform a directorial override to lift it, but that can only be done in the maintenance sector. Normally, you take the sector elevator down there. It connects all the sectors, but it won't work while the lockdown is in effect.
We already got past one lockdown.
Maybe I can find a way.
Jesse, look, with no prep, no training, in this extreme situation, you are doing phenomenally well. And all that and the hiss can't seem to affect you. I mean, I would love to run some tests on you. If you agree.
Always a great icebreaker.
We could find out something that would help us.
Tests? I don't know. She might find out about you. But I wouldn't mind understanding more myself.
Okay. If you think it will help.
I thought she was ready to talk
Great.
about it.
I'll check the internal documentation for any lockdown bypasses. We need to get these sectors open to locate Darling and Marshall.
And I'll look for a way inside the maintenance sector. The sooner we find one, the sooner I reach this override.
And by the way, Emily was the assistant to Dr. Darling. Hati, the janitor. Man, this game is visually cool. You can't say that wasn't cool. Upgrade and unlock new abilities from the nearest control point. Huzzah! Alright, let's quickly go around the room just in case I missed some other new things we can grab, but it doesn't sound like it. Let's go through all the conversation we can have with her first, and then we're going to upgrade and find our way to the maintenance sector. And also, I just saw back in the chat that Kellery was saying that he or she fell hard into this game when they played it in 2020, and I hear that. I really do, seriously. When I played it last year, I played it pretty much day and night as soon as I was awake for as long as I was done. Seriously, it was just amazing. I devoured it.
Hi, Jesse.
Didn't we discuss all of that? Yeah.
Thanks, Emily. I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Just let me know.
Why are you highlighted like as if you had something new to say, but you don't?
Bring me back anything good?
Let's just... Yeah, no. We've seen all of that.
Thanks, Emily.
We're good. We're good.
I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Just let me know.
Okay, cool.
Do you hear that? Someone's singing. Where's it coming from?
singing. Sounds like it's coming from the elevator.
A lot of these questions could be answered by obtaining a live specimen.
It's hot
Here? But we don't have the proper facilities.
Maybe we can bring in an observation unit from the containment sector. I'll put in a request with Poe.
Okay. Let's upgrade. So now we can fast travel. What was the astral construct? Oh, yeah. We can upgrade. Right. I have what I need. Sounds like something I want. Yay. So what I just did essentially is I bought a shotgun, essentially. From now on, our service weapon can also be a shotgun. That's pretty cool. And we're going to be using that a lot. And with these, I could buy random... Right, I can buy random weapon mods or personal mods. I'm not going to be using that a whole lot. But this I will. As I recall, this kind of levels us up so we can get more high-level mods. Or at least construct them. Right? Yeah, right. So I think we may need to do that if we want more weapon forms. I'm not quite sure. It's going to come back to us. But for now, let's upgrade abilities. So these we don't have yet. These are powers we're going to get as we play. But for now, what we can do is we can upgrade our health. We can upgrade our energy, which allows us to throw shit. We can upgrade our melee damage, which we don't really need. Or we can upgrade our launch ability, which is a really, really powerful ability. So we're definitely going to go in that direction. I'm hesitating right now between more health. Health costs only 1, so there's this. So, and this as well. Okay, let's start with that, because that is a really good one. Definitely going to keep going down that way. This is super cool too. It lets us grab different kinds of objects. Like with this, we can throw back grenades. With this, we can literally grab small enemies, big enemies. We can grab much bigger objects. And this is super abusive. It's a broken ability. You can grab more than one object at a time. So you get way more ammunition, in other words. And while you're grabbing these objects and moving around, you don't... The game no longer waits until you've thrown it to start regenerating energy. So it's a really good power to get. And we're absolutely going to go and get it down the line. For now, though, we're killing stuff pretty easily already. So I'm thinking a plus 25 is good enough for our needs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the first level of these. There we go. Additional weapon form slot. That's good. And we don't have enough points for these. So we're going to keep the next one. Can I? No, not yet. I just have another weapon slot. Not sure I remember what this means, but let's continue with the story for now.
The situation's getting worse.
I saw Trench and Darling argue a couple weeks ago. Trench was furious. You don't think Darling...
Don't be stupid. Since you're the Bureau's golden child, the game from killing the boss.
I see your point.
Time to work. Meet me in the maintenance.
So it looks like Hattie, the janitor, is overriding the directorial over thing and allowing us to go straight to the maintenance sector.
Like I said before, the janitor is a friendly face.
So he's definitely a powerful thing. screw the lockdown. I need you in maintenance. Gonna let you into maintenance. Janitor is quite powerful. I'll think about it. I like the idea of trying to mix things up and try to survive using other powers than launch. It's just that launch is just so good. I had to develop launch just to survive through some sections of the game, so we'll see if I can...
The maintenance sector is the janitor domain. If I can find Ahti here, he can help me reach the override. Maybe it was you who got me into the oldest house with the lockdown on. Maybe it was Ahti.
Good
It felt like he made the elevator appear that took me to Trench's office. Is Ahti guiding me too?
For now, though, all we have is... How do I switch guns? I'm trying the numbered buttons, I'm trying the middle button, and it's not switching. Let's see, options, control... Hopefully the game's gonna tell me so. I'll see if I can try getting other powers first. And this is funny. This is funny. Boom. Like, you need theoretically clearance level 2 to go through here, but you can also just break the glass and go through. I love that, you know, the game just allows this. Get used to it, you have no freedom anymore, you're just a cog. Book club. More book club. Unless You, review by Captain Lopez. 3 days. Most young adult novels intertwine the coming-of-age story with either a contrived dystopian setting or a tragic romance, unless you managed to do both. In the story, the protagonist and her love interest search for a cure to a virus called the Fix, which is simultaneously killing her and spreading across the whole world. To find a cure, they go on expeditions into dangerous, uncharted territories. The people all live in walled cities now because dystopian future, and along the way, they just have to fall in love. I liked how we never got to know if the Fix was ever actually fixed. The ending was bold, especially for a young adult. The main character succumbs to the Fix when she's so close to the cure, and commands her love interest to go on and save the world. She knows this is the end for her, but that the job can still get done. She dies out in the unknown, alone and surrounded by danger, but never loses the sight of the gold. That's a good soldier's death. I give this book 3 out of 5. I feel most of the teenage angst is a little lost on me, but I'd recommend it to my brother's kids. Oh, more outline stuff. Board countermeasures. We are at war/hostile takeover. The Hiss is the opposing force / foreign power. We will provide countermeasures / strategy, accept / ingest them at control points. These countermeasures / missions will benefit you. We will give resources / rewards for each completed countermeasure. Right. Missions is a thing we can do. This is essentially our main quest, I guess. But we can get board countermeasures sometimes, and I'm actually going to mostly ignore those, especially on early in the game, because they tend to be really freaking hard, actually. We're very weak, and let's say we're level 1, right? And most of them are balanced around level 10. Like, these are just random numbers, but that's kind of the point. Like, early on, you don't have a shot. You really just don't. So we're gonna wait a little bit. Okay.
The The directorial override is right there, in the control room. How do we get there?
Well, it's gonna take a bit. Oh, that's right. We can't reload. I have to melee. Oh, this is gonna work. I either have to melee or launch through this shield. Damn it. First, coffee. It's actually fairly ridiculous how often I say that every day now. Like it's stayed. It's a thing. Processing, ventilation, janitor's office. Yeah, I thought that would probably be locked. That makes sense. Board countermeasures. Okay, so if we wanted to, we could take one of these and, you know, go in and do them. But yeah, we're gonna get our asses kicked if we do. I don't even know how to put the gun in shadow mode, so, you know, it's not gonna happen. We probably just have to go and equip something. There we go. There you go. It wasn't set up, that's all it was. Okay, let's get it tighter. That's good. Energy, we don't need that boost. Okay, so now... There we go. Is that really the shotgun? I'm not sure anymore. We'll see. What's Jen's opinion on my new catchphrase? She hasn't said anything about it, actually. She's, I think she even said it herself once or twice. So I guess that means she isn't annoyed by it, and I can keep using it. Yeah, I see you, buddy. Go. Alright, and we've got more mold here. That's actually another thing. Invading, I guess, I could say, the building at the same time as the hiss, because, you know, one just wasn't enough. And once again, since last week, every room I remember being a difficult fight, I just breeze through. Like, no challenge. That's a weird feeling. And I'm not saying that to toot my own horn. Obviously, I've played the game before. I'm used to it now. It doesn't make me good at it or anything. It's just a weird feeling that I'm expressing here, because it's like, I don't know. It's a bit out of this world, it feels like. Remembering something to be difficult and then just like breezing through it, it's just weird. That doesn't sound like something you want to see, these weird flashes in water. Alright, seems like I've been everywhere. The mold comes from another, well, the game's gonna explain it, but there's essentially another world that they breached into. I think it's from the research department, and that world is mold. It's just
what's down that way?
The mold. Like endless mold. Let me start with these little rooms first. This is Hattie's office. Feels like if I open that... Okay, so we have two paths. Okay, literally that's a new mission. Okay, I guess that helps. Let's go into missions, okay? We can do... Well, this is clearly the main mission, so let's do a Mary Chase first. Or... I remember, I think the first time I went there first. So let me just do it out of order, I suppose. Maybe that's what it is, actually. I don't remember which difficulty I picked either time. Maybe I just picked easy this time, trying to make sure I could breeze through the story, and it's just too easy. I don't know. We'll see.
Well done. You got the job. It's place for congratulations. Yippee, saatana. It happened in the last drop. I truly need an assistant.
Funny thing is, I've been a janitor. I'm more at home in that role than as the director. Only Ahti here seems to see that.
Yeah, hi, Ahti. Look, we need to get the lockdown lifted, otherwise I can't get to the other sectors. Can you help me get to the override?
Yes, easy peasy. It's just around the corner. But first, we need to get you working. Very small, couple of hours job.
Something tells me it's gonna be more than that.
Yeah, it's gonna be quite a thing.
You think there's a dog buried in this? I can tell you are not yesterday's Krause's son. That's why you'll make a great assistant. Very well. I'll hit the facts on the table. Mä kyllä sanon perkele suoraan, that this house has a vermin problem. A bad one. They've already messed up the cooling pumps. And the power generators of a power plant, perkele. And the pensioner inside is starting to feel the band around his head tighten. The situation needs to be fixed before the plant blows up. And we all disappear like a fart in Sahara.
Trying my best to keep up with this. Fix the coolant pumps and the power generators, otherwise the power plant will blow.
But don't you worry. I've left you clear instructions. You'll catch the end of the thread before I go to my vacation. The work's on the task board here. You can do later, when you have time.
Vacation? Right.
Yes, no one's gonna cancel my holiday or she's gonna rattle. But don't worry at all.
He
You'll take
keeps
care of
reading
it,
the-
and soon this crisis is gonna be last winter's snow. You better go now, so you don't have to run with your head as your third leg. The door in the back leads to the plant.
The door in the back. That's great. Thank you, Ati.
He keeps reading her inner monologue. Okay. Can we... There we go.
Yep. Burn the trash. Throw it in the fire. Burn it all.
Not gonna...
Burn it
just
into a
use-
reindeer, not into a moose.
Means that means nothing, Ati. That is like 3 or 4 times that he has now read her thoughts. Well, I don't know if he reads her thoughts or just hears her internal monologue, but he's weird. That's for sure. What are you? Rate of fire? That's fine. Damage boost 20. That's fine. Mary Chase for now. Where was... sure, just run. Don't want to fight, but I do want to check if I can upgrade something. We've got, there we go, Astral Constructs, Weapon Forms. Construct spin. Right, revolver. That's interesting. Okay. And I can level up specific gun forms, but for now I don't have enough. That's perfectly fine. And I don't have enough. I need source. Source is found, I believe, by killing stuff. But I don't feel the need to do that right now. So let's just keep going. Yeah, true. I mean, at this rate, who knows? Maybe the entity literally is the janitor. Oh, more Threshold Kids.
Drawing the pyramid.
The what?
The pyramid.
What's a pyramid?
The Black Pyramid. It's in the astral plane.
Airplane?
Astral plane. It's big, white, and empty. Or is it? It's a weird, crazy alien dimension. The white goes on forever. You can get lost in all that white and never find your way back home.
I miss my home.
Who writes those? Jeez. Alright, let's go face the merry-go-round. I like your point, Terraria, because if you think about it, my ongoing theory, obviously, as I've been saying earlier on, is that these entities...
This place makes me nauseous.
...kind of are codependent on our thoughts to a certain degree, right? Like, most likely...
Object of power.
We gave them form.
How do you think it got down here?
So thought, imagination, all of that is something they're connected to in some way, or possibly even...
Why is kid stuff always so creepy?
Or possibly even made of. So, reading our thoughts seems like that would be a pretty basic ability for an entity like the janitor. Choo-choo allows you to evade/dash. Use it, prove, escape yourself. Okay, I guess I wasn't fast enough. Gold enemies are immune to Jesse's attacks. Okay. Not sure why it's in this tutorial, but okay. Use evade to safely avoid their attacks. Oh, okay. Success/end of level. You've been improved. Bound friends for life. Okay. Couldn't read all of that. That went really quickly, but it's fine.
Let's see the Hiss keep up with me now.
Okay. Don't remember if I can level up this one. We'll take a look. Choo-choo, motherfucker. Here we go. Ritual impulse. That's fine. I mean, you've seen most of the game anyway, so if you had to go, you gotta go. Do you know if Rose will eventually come tonight, or did she have something? I don't know. She seemed to have fun last time. I enjoyed having her around. Oh yeah, that's the logic of it. It just seemed weird, like, that we could just go around it and just dodge Hati's office. That makes a bit more sense.
Okay, so what happens again if that thing blows up?
Power. Explosion. Too much. Director's duty. Keep the lights on. Northmoor was director before me. I never wanted his job. I never wanted power I purposefully avoided it, didn't trust it, didn't want
Sounds
to rely
like Jesse.
on it. Northmoor was all about power. A man like an explosion, hungry for authority, for order, for more, until it was too much. I had to find a solution in the end, contain the situation. Northmoor never liked me, but he went along with it, to his credit. He didn't really have a choice. I suppose at the end of the day, a director's most basic duty is to keep the lights on. Here's to you, Northmoor. There were no prime candidates waiting in the wings, but I was there. Had been the whole time, keeping my head down, working my ass off. I had nothing to lose. I picked up the gun almost on a dare.
Damn, that's a big dare. If you're not chosen, by the way, you die. You just die. Oh, cool. The merry-go-round. Containment procedure. Objects to be kept in a confined space when unbound. Description / para-utility. A fiberglass horse, once used as a seat for a merry-go-round ride. The pole is still connected to the object. The object is capable of moving short distances at high speeds. This can be quite dangerous when redacted its path. The object is currently bound by redacted. Background. The object was discovered at the site of an abandoned amusement park. Local redacted reported that the rides would move on their own and that it would be chased out. When these rumors reached the Bureau, see America Overnight, episode 235, agents were dispatched to investigate. 3 local redacted were found dead at the scene. The object attacked Agent Redacted by redacted. Agents invoked Formula C5 to redacted the object long enough to redacted. Okay. Perfectly fine. If she comes, she comes. If she doesn't, she doesn't. No pressure. Okay, so we're gonna need to make our way to the ferns before we can do that. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna keep this for now. We got a few more points though, so next control point, we're gonna get a bit more powerful. I think it's over there, if I recall. I don't know anymore. Yeah, it's over there. Just trying to see if there could be something underneath it. Nope. That's fine. She might show up a bit later like she did last week. She came in near the end. An object of power escaped the Panopticon a couple weeks ago, and they want everyone to keep an eye out for it. If anyone sees a merry-go-round horse zipping around the sector, alert me immediately. Do not try to contain it on your own, and definitely don't bind it to yourself. Your security chief, Simon the Rish. NSC power plant. Launch efficiency could be interesting. However, I'm not allowed to make my build based on launch, so we'll figure something else.
Hey, are you new? Go talk with Chief Arish in the security booth. He's in charge here.
I ain't new, I'm your boss. Okay. Still need more source. That's fine. Abilities. Okay, so dash is not one of them. That's perfectly fine. We're gonna keep our points for now then. Yep.
Ma'am! Hey! Chief Arish, FBC Security. Shouldn't you be in a safe room?
First, coffee. Arish, security matters. Hey Simon, I got your message. Yeah. If someone in the sector is asking you about Hathi, just tell him you'll handle it and leave it at that. Under no circumstances should any personnel intervene with his day-to-day routine. I told you everything I know about him so you could better deal with his odd habits, but yes, it's still very much a classified matter. The janitor is a classified matter. Come on. Also, I saw your report about the quarry worker who wandered into the Foundation. Detaining him was the right move. We'll figure out what he saw before we decide on next steps. Cheers, Lynn. P.S. In case you hadn't noticed, something is up between Trench and Darling. I know this isn't your strong suit, but try your best to stay out of it. Yeah, I saw you. I'm going to talk to you. I respect you. I take you seriously. I'm just, gonna get my coffee first. Fine, there's no coffee, so I'm going to talk to you. Which one?
They all have HRAs. We're on the same side.
My name is Jessie Faden. I'm here to perform the directorial override to get the lockdown lifted.
Yeah, Chief Arish, FBC Security. I'm just... Oh, hang on, you're the new director. It's a pleasure, ma'am.
Let's skip the formalities, please.
Right. Faden, ma'am. Look, as you can probably tell, it's a bit of a shit show down here. We've been holding our ground, but whatever's gotten into our buddies has them wrecking the coolant pumps and the power converters. The NSC keeps overheating, and my crews keep getting shot before they have a chance to make any repairs.
NSC?
Oh, sorry. Bureau jargon. It's what we call the power plant. The big rumbling metal thing. Salvador, head of security, asked me to protect it in case of an attack. See, what's inside is dangerous. Dr. Darling seemed to know it would be a target.
Darling? He's here?
No, he came down a few days ago, before everything went to hell. He was out of it. Smelled like a bar mat. He was ranting about vulnerabilities and how he only had one large-scale HRA, but that he needed it somewhere else. Still, at least he gave us these personal HRAs before he left. Hey, did I mention that he was tearing his clothes off? Crazy dude.
Darling knew the hiss was coming.
Listen, I love playing 20 questions as much as the next guy, but we have got to get the water and electrical systems repaired before this baby blows. I'll have my guys unlock the doors out of here for you.
I'll take care of it. You stay and keep the hiss away from the plant if you can.
The hiss? That's what we're calling him? Oh, that's catchy. Oh, listen, the radios aren't working, so if you find my boss Salvador out there, could you please ask him what the plan is? I'm sure he will have one by now.
Or, he's been possessed and we're gonna have to kill him.
Sure has a lot of faith in his boss.
Try to stay alive.
When the converters and coolant pumps are working again, we should be able to get this baby back down to a safe temperature. I hope.
What do you know about the hiss?
Not much, only what I've seen. Well, they use the same tactics that Marshall and Salvador taught us, which makes me think that the hiss haven't completely erased the people inside, which is a pretty fucking horrible thought.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're just using whatever they find in their victims' heads. In any case, they are really eager to get inside the power plant.
Why do you think that is?
Shit, I don't know. They want to make my life harder?
I forget what's in the plant. As I recall, it's like, it's a big deal.
What do you do here, Arish?
Security chief of the maintenance sector. I make sure all the weird shit down here doesn't bother the maintenance crews. Learned everything I know from Salvador. The best security agent this bureau has ever seen.
And you like your job?
I love it. Everyone thinks that maintenance is the lowest rung on the ladder just because we fix pipes instead of writing memos, but I gotta be honest. These are the bravest people in the goddamn building. I'm proud to work with them.
I've done a few odd jobs with these kind of folks.
See you next week.
They say what they mean. I like that.
What exactly is the power plant?
Listen, I only know what Salvador told me, but I know it generates all the electricity for the Bureau, and it's got 2 very simple rules. Rule 1, keep it below a certain temperature. Rule 2, don't ever
Rose,
open it.
hi.
Oh, and 3, it's classified, so I shouldn't ask.
Sounds like secrets are standard operating procedure around here.
Oh, yeah. It's all part of the job.
Didn't miss much. We spoke for half an hour, 40 minutes about the preview for Hunter. So I actually started about an hour ago, and mostly we've been watching all the videos that unlocked now that we got the hotline, and we just got into the next section, which is maintenance. So you didn't miss a lot. Buying chicken. Yep, nothing beats chicken. You just arrived and Terraria just left. Like he was beat. He needed to go to sleep. So good timing. Good timing.
What do you know about the service weapon?
Not much. That thing is director only. Salvador told me by the time he saw Trench use it. Sounds like that gun can do some serious damage. Yeah, I did see pictures of it once though, and it looks different to that thing you're carrying. You modded or something? It's new.
Is new a good thing?
Given the circumstances, I'd say new is our best bet.
Fair enough. Ooh, Ati.
Do you know this Ati guy?
Of course. He's my favorite coffee break buddy. Dude has got some crazy stories. He probably knows more than anyone else around here, if you can make sense of what he's saying.
Any idea where he's from?
I'm guessing Sweden.
He's from where he's from. Look, there are just some stones that are better left unturned, you know?
He does say percolate a lot.
I should be going.
Right. You got a lockdown to lift.
Other than that, what else did we talk about? Yeah, definitely an anomaly. Pretty sure he's an entity, but like the janitor is an entity, because as we were saying last time with the log, there appears to have been at least 2 other hosts before, at least 2 other custodials who have been able to use the hotline without dying. That's interesting in and of itself. Not sure where to go. So over there is the coolant pump. That sounds like something I need to fix. And if I keep going around, this is the energy converters. Okay, so I need to go in both places from the looks of it. Central maintenance, story number. Wait, no, that's not what I meant to do. Central maintenance. I don't remember anything about that. But it sounds like I do need to go to both places, so that's fine. Terraria has asked me to try and make a build not based on launch this time, because last time I really focused on that ability, which I feel is one of the best abilities in the game. Hello. You're just for throwing. Okay. One of the best abilities in the game. So I'm going to try to do as he asks. We'll see if I succeed. But I'm going to give it a try. I really like launch, but I'm going to try something else. I don't know. Probably going to try whatever we unlock next. I'm going to start with the coolant. I'm going to make an executive decision here just because it's on top in the UI. I'm just going to kind of assume that we're supposed to go there first. And if not, that doesn't really change much. Oh yeah. Those folks explode. I remember them. Then be bad news. Okay. New enemy, new file. In other words, coffee. Alright. Don't see anything to loot, so let's do this. More mods. That's less good than what we have, and we don't need this. Oh, that'll be that. Discharged. The Hiss-charged agents are examples of extreme physical deformation resulting from Hiss corruption. Hiss-charged display an unthinking fixation on any non-corrupted individuals in the area. Once within a specific proximity, they erupt into a burst of focused Hiss resonance, so dense that it acts as a physical force. The Hiss-charged is depleted of the Hiss corruption after this eruption. The host is left lifeless. This behavior may be adaptive response to the HRAs. The Hiss-charged are designed to blow the devices off potential hosts, exposing them to the resonance. Is the Hiss capable of customizing a corrupted host's altered ability to this degree? Why is the physiology of the Hiss-charged so dramatically different from the original host's form? Lots of questions, no answers. Refer to file redacted for full report. Hello.
Power cut. Replace the parts.
Yeah. It's a big battery, by the way. Just saying. Thems are level 2. Okay, that's what I thought. New patrol point, that's good. That's pretty good. Oh, the furnace! Okay, shit's about to get real, y'all. Shit's about to get real. So it is because explosion. I guess there's a... Yeah, I think there's yeah. I think there's a new object of power. We just got one though. I forgot to mention that. We got the dash thing. That one we just got. But let's do the furnace. Sure. If we can survive it, as I recall, that's going to give us a new object of power. And I think it's pretty cool, I want to say. I'm not sure. I don't remember, that's the thing. There is, however, a thing we can do here that's a job. I'm going to activate it. Mission... What I missed? Burn the trash. At the very least, we can get some XP here.
My name is Dr. Pierce, lead researcher of the Parakinesiology Department. I believe I discovered the Code Omega Paranatural entity in the Bureau itself, right under our noses. Darling refused to allocate me the budget or resources, so I'm taking matters into my own hands. Let this recording be the proof I need to convince them. The furnace can speak.
Dun, dun,
He's
dun.
been talking to me for some time now. Listen. Did you hear that?
Nope.
It's a sentient force capable of communicating. I checked and there's no record of ever installing this furnace. I believe that... Oh, sorry. What? Yes, I can feed you. What do you eat? I see. I'll try to find some volunteers.
Yes. Volunteers? Okay, I guess it's not a thing yet. We may need to come back later.
By trash, did Ati mean barrels full of hazardous biological material? Looks like they're breaking some environmental regulations on waste disposal, but if that's what Ati wants, then I'll get it done.
Okay, let's find all of these and get that done. Humans. Are you, perchance a Star Trek fan, Rose? It's just the way you spell that, the only way I can read it is exactly how Ferengis pronounce human in the show. So I'm curious if that was accidental or on purpose. Okay. They're both great settings. I'm much more of a Star Trek fan myself, but no judgment on anyone who prefers Star Wars. They're both good for different things. And contrary to popular belief, I firmly believe they're compatible. Like, you can like both. It's perfectly fine. I don't know why there's a war between the two fandoms. That's just silly. There's probably one down there, but I want to make sure I look up here before I go down. Oh, there are no. Okay. Guess I'm going down. Exactly. A lot of people, honestly, nowadays just like both, and it's fine. But not too long ago, there was this weird war between the two. Like, it was impossible to like both. Like, you had to choose. Like, I don't know, like Pepsi and Coke or something. Like, you have to love one and hate the other. That's just weird. Or like PlayStation and Xbox. Like, okay, on that one I have a distinct preference, but I'm not going to judge anyone because they prefer Xbox. Federal Bureau of Control. Hey, Bozer, get this. The accounting department still says they haven't received my expense reports. They say the receipts probably got lost in the mail tubes because of a shift or a threshold or some such fuckery, and that I don't have the originals. They can't verify my expenses for reimbursement. This is such bullshit. Why do we even use these fucking tubes if they just spit out mail out in some other goddamn dimension? Just venting here before I make a formal complaint. Useless. Pieces of shit. Yeah, loud folks making petty war. Agreed. Oh, it's the thing we just listened. However, pineapple absolutely belongs on pizza. I'm not going to judge anyone, but if you don't like pineapple on your pizza, you're just wrong. And I'm sorry for you. I go back up. Oh, here we go. Nomad's like, no, it does not. Love the fact that his wife is coming up and say, yes, it does. And yes, I will always mention the fact that they're men and wife anytime I can, because I freaking married them. So I'm allowed to be proud of that. It's never going away. Like, how many times in one's life do you get to be the officiant at your best friend's wedding? Not very often is the answer. Can't go up there now, that's fine. What was that noise? Oh, probably just the sound of the control. Yeah. Okay, we got more points, but we still don't have any new abilities we can put points into. So I'm gonna continue. No, I'm gonna put some points in health because health is going down very quickly, and I'm not a huge fan of that. So let's see if we can fix that. 20. It's just 20 each time. Well, 30 here and 50. Yeah. Not going up very quickly, but it is what it is. Okay, let's see what we can do with the coolant pumps. At least one, yeah. Well, I mean, I got at least once. It was awesome wedding, perfect because of you. No. Well played. It was perfect because of you. Like, if you weren't there, I would have looked like an idiot. Like, hey, y'all, we're gonna do a wedding, but there ain't no bride and there ain't no groom. Now, come on. Y'all were central to it. Couldn't have done it without you.
We need to fix this thing ASAP.
Can't go there. Hey, buddy. It's fine. I wish we could move the object to the other side, because she's really always throwing from the right, and unfortunately that means sometimes it's going to crash into the geometry instead of hitting your target. And SC coolant pump. Okay, this is another one of these rooms where I remember the fight being difficult.
Bro, go to ship. Fix it fast. If the plant goes boom, we can throw the spoon in the core.
Throw the spoon in the core? Not even sure what that means, but okay. Let's try to avoid this happening then. There we go. But jumping seems to help avoid geometry a little bit. Right, as I recall, the difficulty mainly in this room is that these exploder guys keep popping up while you're trying to fight people who attack in range, so you're focused on people who are shooting at you, and then all of a sudden, boom, you explode somewhere near your back. So we're gonna have to be careful about that. Clog complaint. That gross blockage down in the water systems is back. What the fuck is it? And where does it keep coming from? And why the hell does Hattie keep yelling nonsense at it? He acts like it can understand him. Of course, he acts like we can understand him too. Guess it's just his brand of crazy. Gonna try out a new drain cleaner. Extreme strength. That's not gonna help, y'all. That's just... Yes, but we could have done it without you and you would not have been perfect. Ah. See, that's why she's my best friend. Just like making me feel good. Ooh, there's another one there. Duh. I'm kidding. Well, I'm not kidding. She is my best friend, but there are many, many reasons that she is, and it probably does nothing for her. One of these, the thing. Well, yeah, no, fine. it's just because she's awesome. And a great storyteller, too. You know what? Whatever works, works. Okay. Yeah, by the sound of it, there's more enemies, right? I'm still in the fight. Someone's shooting. Fine, let's just go down there. Ah! Did not plan to go that far down. Okay, let's go back up. Where are you? You're not authorized to be here. I'm the director, I'm gonna kick you out. That's what I do. If it's shooting me, it's seeing me. Therefore, it stands to reason I should be able to see it. But I don't. Whatever, let's find the third spot that needs a battery.
My old enemy, the clock, is blocking the pipes. You need to deal with that shit. He is very clever. He's trying to sneak. We got him caught with his hand in the fish trap. Get rid of
it. Shit. What now?
My old enemy, the clock, is blocking the pipes. You need to deal with that shit. He is very clever. He's trying to sneak in. We got him caught with his hand in the fish trap.
The claw.
Oh, that's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
Potentially a sixth entity. I love how some parts of the game are supernatural-ish, still be some so mundane. Yes, the garbage gains sentience again. Please clean it up. Yeah, I see what you mean. I agree. I mean, it's like at the same time, it's super good game design-wise as well, because it keeps the gameplay fresh. You're not just killing Hiss all the time. You also get to deal with the clog. You also get to deal with the mold and all of that. It's... Oh, that's it. I thought it was one more. Cool. I really love it. Like, seriously, this game has it all. It really has it all. As far as I'm concerned, it only has two flaws. Two very simple flaws. There are too many drops. Like, for now, it hasn't been a problem, but it's going to be one. Like, here in the loadout, if you haven't noticed yet, there's a limited amount of space. We're, like, not anywhere near yet, but we're gonna get there eventually. We're, like, almost halfway through for the personal mods, for example. And when you reach that cap, that's it. You can't get any more. So you keep having to constantly, like after every fight, you have to go back in, destroy, because you can see here I can deconstruct like 4 or 5 mods, trying to keep track of what I can destroy and what I want to keep and all of that. It's just, it's in some games, inventory management is fun. or adds to the feeling, especially in
this place is gonna come down.
Survival horror games, which I guess this game is a little bit, but I don't know. It's too much management. I feel like it's because it's constant and it's relentless. Like, and sometimes you're in a fight, you see a mod, you want that mod, but you got no space, so you gotta stop the action, destroy a mod just to pick it up. It's just seriously. Right, and Kelworth agrees. That's good. Got very lazy and we kept like 4 weapon mods. Basically damage, rate of fire, speed, and something else. Yeah, essentially, that's pretty much it. Sooner or later, you get to a point where you know exactly the mods you want and you stop caring about all the other mods. So either you just don't pick up new things and possibly miss out on a completely different kind of mod that might be good to you, or you gotta constantly manage that shit, and it's annoying. The other one is there's a little too many documents. It hasn't been a problem too much, I feel, tonight, for example, or even last week, but it was, there came a point when playing when I played it last year where, despite the fact that I loved every single bit of documents in the game, they all add something, they all, you know, do some world building. There were moments, I felt, where the action just kept being stopped all the time, you know, in between fights, obviously, so maybe not the action is the right way to say it, but the flow kept stopping because there were always, like, between 1 and 5 new documents every new room. That's a lot.
There go the pipes. Nothing more satisfying than manual labor.
No fights this time? Okay. And again, I mean, the documents are super good, they're amazing, they're well written, they're cool. There's just a whole lot of them. Some more elf. I couldn't see because I was busy fighting, but was that Tommaso? Oh, I think it might have been. I couldn't read the name. Yeah, that might be a good idea. I don't know. It feels like it might be like document overload if we did that. I don't know. Like all of a sudden we stop for half an hour and read document. Maybe. We'll see. Not a bad plan. I also like the fact that if we read it as we go, sometimes it adds a little bit more in the sense that the context of where we found the documents sometimes hints to a little extra thing. Guess we'll see. that guy, but get rid of the extras. There are many extras. Fine. Wait, those guys explode. Those guys explode. This is bad. Okay. Situation more or less under control. Alright. Said situation under control. Have the decency to die when I say that. Come on. Okay, elevator, ventilation. Okay, so this is where I came in from, essentially. I assume the implication is that there are more fights on the other front. First front. I must have missed an enemy.
Flanking!
Someone's calling it flanking, so obviously there's still some fighting going on, but I just can't find any enemies. Ah, hey little buddy. Some people over there. Okay. Yeah, I missed next door. Apparently so. A bunch of folks there. See if we can take them out before Fly Guy takes a liking to me. Go. Okay. Let's go here. See if there's anyone else who wants a little bit of the action. I don't think I've ever been there. Oh no, that's where the... Yeah, okay. Just... It's weird to see it from this side, I guess. Converters, that's the next mission. That's fine, but first I want to make sure everyone is safe. Seems good. Let's go to the third front. Third front seems fine. Alright, let's go talk to the security guy. Or maintenance guy, actually. Yeah, it's not easy. Hello, buddy. You're good? Okay. Let me just say, it seems... I think we're done. I think that's good. Let's go talk to him. See if there's anything.
Internal pressure's climbing so fast, I'm amazed the NSC is still holding. When it blows, we're all going with it.
Oh, thanks, Frank. Real positive.
Okay.
Crew feels a lot safer when you're around.
Probably because I did all of their jobs. Okay, nothing new.
I should be going.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta lock down the lift.
So as Kellery says, like he or she, once again, I don't want to assume he genders here, got lost the first time around, and that's very valid. It's a confusing layout because it's collectibles. What did we miss? His trooper. Okay, troopers are meant to be the first agent to enter unknown AWEs, thresholds, or any other para-naturally hazardous situation. They are heavily armored and heavily armed in preparation for the worst. As a result of their role, his troopers have access to the heaviest armor and weaponry from the Bureau's armory, including military-grade chain guns and grenade launchers. In addition to their already formidable FBC-issued armor, the His resonance surrounding these entities is dense enough to stop bullets. If forced to engage one of these, be sure to make use of any available cover. Also note that to the technically talented, enemy grenades can be a welcome source of ammunition. But we were going for the map. Here we go. That's round, and there are 3 zones. It's not that hard, essentially, once you've figured it out, but it is weird the first time. Yeah, right. Go through the circle slow. It's a door I saw before. Go search mission here. I run circle. Yeah, it's literally it. You just keep running in circles until... Good thing, actually, that they put those there. Like, we're looking for the converters now. Okay, let's go and do that, right? But if you don't look at signs, it's ridiculously easy to get lost. It all just kind of looks the same. Curious about central maintenance, actually, so I'm gonna start there just for the heck of it. We can, like, just in case there's a object of power or something we could use behind me. Oh wait, there was something behind me. Let me just grab those and go back. What the heck is that sound? Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, in those terms, I know the converter is really literally like there, and it's the energy converter. I'm just purposefully going here out of curiosity for now. Just to see if there's some interesting secrets here. Research and records. Thresholds. The oldest house is in a place of flux. Thresholds appear with no warning. What the threshold will contain is a question we can only answer once it manifests. The widely accepted theory is that thresholds are dimensions vibrating on a redacted frequency, different from our own. When these frequencies match, the threshold will manifest in the oldest house, which acts as a redacted. Others theorize thresholds are parallel universes, or possibly our own reality at a different point in time. Some believe our collection of altered materials affect the house or attracts the thresholds. We do know for certain that thresholds are not permanent. Eventually, their frequency will shift. Some believe Earth itself is just another threshold connected to the oldest house, which is actually rooted in some other reality. This theory, while impossible to disprove, causes redacted in those who learn of it, so is actively denied. Refer to file 505-1881 for full report. Ooh, background processing. Okay, that seems like a pretty big zone. We can't get near to that. That would be a bad idea. Okay, that's not gonna work because of the lockdown. That's good. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. Some enemies to defeat. There because we don't have level 4 clearance. That's fine. Okay, Tennyson report. It's almost 10. Listen, Trench is on the warpath about this Tennyson report thing. He wants to know who wrote it. He wants to know yesterday. Whoever did is gonna get crucified. I don't know if it was one of you guys, and I don't want to know. I'm not super keen on leading a witch hunt. So tell everyone in the sector to keep their heads down. Best not to be on anyone's radar right now, you know? I tell ya, not even counting all the weird shit we deal with, this place can be a downright hostile work environment sometimes. Yeah, feeling the hostility right now. All kinds of folk are trying to kill me, just saying. Oh, yeah, okay. Let me see where we are. Fires. New mission. A good defense. Okay. That's not what I meant to do. Here we go. Utilization of paranatural elements. Munitions testing. Whatever. Summary. The safe object of power can produce a barrier using objects or material from its immediate vicinity. See OPP 22 case file for more details. Bureau Rangers were given permission to employ heavy weaponry against a para-utilitarian bound to this object in order to gauge the bearer's durability. Redacted and redacted velocity ammunition were tested with redacted results. Testing will continue after redacted. The safe object of power is clearly a viable candidate for use in combat response scenarios. Allowing para-utilitarians to participate in altered engagement would be an advantage worth considering. Refer to file something something for full report. Good defense. That sounds like something we're gonna do, actually. Okay. Outlast chamber. Black rock processing. Not what I meant to do. Let's go here for now, and I think we won't be able to progress any further anyway, right? There we go. Exactly. We're stuck here, at least for now. Don't panic. We're no longer on Earth. We're currently in the... actually, this is a threshold. But on the other side of that is potentially another world. Here, I think we're technically in the astral plane. These black rock here are the doors, essentially, that we use to kind of protect against things. Training course, though. I'm trying to find it. I think it should have been over there, but it's not. Where's the training course? Ah, okay, field training. I can't go there. Okay, so we can't do this mission unless I can shoot. Oh, yeah. memory coming back. There we go. There we go. Field training. There we are. Yeah, you're probably right, because right now I'm fighting level 2 enemies, and those were level 3, so maybe I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but I feel like we're okay. That was pure damage. No, we're good. Here. We're still good. Oh, that's a bit better. Great. And what's this one? We're fine. Okay. Collectibles. We just got a file, and there it is. Field Training Actor Complaint. I'd like to file a formal complaint, re the unauthorized use of my voice in a state of quality that I did not agree on. The fact that they were planning to use material from what I thought was a rehearsal was not communicated to me at all. Had it been, I would have disallowed the use of those recordings. I want to use the Ranger Field Training course to record messages to Alt immediately. I will not stand for this humiliation among my peers. I will go to HR with this if necessary. Signed, Rendell Pulaski. Okay, so we're gonna try this. If it's too difficult, if we're too early for this, then I will back out. Complete the training course in the required time.
So I just read this. Welcome to the Ranger Field Training course. The course must be completed in the specified amount of time. When you're ready to start, press the button. Is that all, or?
I always did love obstacle courses.
Get ready, Ranger.
Probably not ready
Course
for this.
starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. "45 seconds remaining." Seconds remaining.
Go on, grab the thing.
5 seconds remaining.
Grab the thing.
Course failed. Try again, Ranger.
Ah, come on, I was super close. I can do this. I can absolutely do this.
Get ready, Ranger. Course starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. "45 seconds remaining." Seconds remaining.
No. Stop wasting energy on these things.
15 seconds remaining. Five seconds remaining. Course failed.
What? Why fail?
Again, Ranger. Course complete. Congratulations, Rainer. Can I do that one again?
Okay.
I'm guessing this isn't usually part of the course.
Yeah.
It's protecting itself. I need to hit it harder to break that shield.
There we go. New power. Copies have been given. Weapons / projectiles. Okay. Shield yourself to pass level up. Okay. Yeah. Gold enemies are immune to my attacks. That's fine. We know this. How do I use... Okay. Hold Q to shield. Okay. There's a thing that I can do. Okay. And okay, well. Don't fall in a hole. Sounds like a good one. To hold it. I don't know why it says that. Just need to press it. It's a bit hard to see through my shield. Trying to make sure I don't step into a hole or something like that. Okay, it falls if I jump. Good to know. Good to know. Is this one I'm trying to go? Yeah. There's something up here. Here we go. Alright, looks like we did it. Ooh, 4 ability points. Nice.
I have a shield.
Sure, the shield is all that useful. I mean, it's nice to have defense if you're trying to be on the move, but by definition, it doesn't really do much for you on the offensive. Like, what do I do now, right? Okay. Exactly, yeah. Good way of putting it. It's situational. There are going to be places where I'm going to need it, but it's not going to be a game changer. Okay. Can I open the door again? Okay, it's still open. Alright. Let's read the new file. Home safe. No unique procedures required. Description per utility. The object is a guardhouse brand home safe. Weight measurements vary. When bound, the object allows para-utilitarians to telekinetically gather items and debris from their surroundings. The object is currently bound by Redacted. Background. Discovered in the basement of a home in Redacted, Ohio, the object gained rapid interest in certain online forums dedicated to opening abandoned safes. After months of failure, the owner attempted to open it with explosives. The object survived with no physical damage. Bureau agents were dispatched, now confident of its paranatural nature. Blood occasionally emerges from the seam around the object's door. Tests confirm the blood is not human. X-rays taken of the object indicate that something is trapped inside, though the images are always blurred, which indicates The content of the object are moving. All attempts to open the object have been unsuccessful. Plastic tree. Item must be contained within a soundproof cell. Description/altered effect. A holiday memories brand white plastic tree with green plastic stand. The item repeats words and phrases spoken within range of redacted feet, always in a tone below redacted hertz. This verbal mimicry has profoundly distressing effects on the individual it is copying. Background. The item was taken from the Redacted, a Canadian research station established on Ross Island in Antarctica, where it was used to celebrate the holiday season. In 1979, a solar radiation damaged the radio, severing the base's only means of communication with the world. After the frozen passages opened, a military expedition visited the base to re-establish contact. They found the base's occupants in various states of madness, rambling about voices in the tree. Military personnel discovered they also heard the tree speaking. After locking the item in a supply crate, they brought it back to the mainland, at which point the Bureau intervened. Got new weapon mods. Weapon armor damage. It's fine. I don't really need it. Oh, damage boost. 30%. Sounds like that might be better than the spread. Let's use that. An enemy's waiting for you when you shield up, which potentially means they all gonna shoot at the same time. Yeah, that does sound like a good timing to use a shield for sure. And we're good. That's it. We can keep going. It's about 10 though, so what's gonna happen, I think, is I'm gonna do the converters and we're gonna stop there for today. You know what? No. Actually. I mean, yes, but first, I'm going to see if I can put points in shield. Try to see if I can turn it into something offensive. To try and go with Terraria's instructions, which is that I can't do a launch build. Okay, so it's gonna last longer if I put points in there. Here, okay, that's a little bit offensive. When released, so when I stop using it, maybe there's something we can do with that. While holding shield, use evade to rush at enemies and knock them back. Okay. Rush shield might be something we can use offensively. And energy will cover while shield is active, could give us some breathing room. Okay, so maybe we can do something with shield. But we're gonna need a whole lot more points to make it count. So for now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it in health again. So we can survive long enough to get enough points to make it all the way here. So potentially we'll do something with shield. There's only another 3, though. Lol. Yeah, it's far. Energy, yeah, you know what? That's a good point. True. We are running out of energy quickly, for sure. I'm gonna start with those, and eventually gonna dump a bunch of points in shield. However, we still have several powers that we haven't unlocked yet that could be better options than shield. So that's the other reason why I don't want to invest too much in it right away. Because we might
just hold together a little longer.
Have better options there. These things blew up. Why? I guess I had things behind me that could explode and I didn't notice. Okay, so this is mold stuff. We can't deal with that just yet. Nope. Okay. Let's capture this for now. On the construct side of things. Okay, I can upgrade my main weapon, or I can create the revolver. I don't remember if the revolver is good. Okay, we could try it, I guess. Unlock the second mod slot and increase base weapon damage. Okay, that's interesting. Let's try this spin. We'll see if we like it. And mods. Oh, we're out of points, so that's that, I guess. Loadout. Let's remove grip for spin for now. I think the problem with... Oh. Full auto. Okay, I'm willing to try that. How precise is it? Not a lot. Okay, this is not gonna work. We're gonna need grip for sure. We can try spin instead of shatter though. There we go. That's an idea. Yeah, here we go.
Right up. You need to fix it before the old victims inside the plant has a shit fit.
I hadn't read chat yet, but thanks for the tip, Rose. If I hadn't thought about doing it, I would. It was a thing to do, is what I'm saying. Absolutely. Sorry, I'm in the middle of a fight. It's a bit hard to align thoughts together, but yeah. Oh yeah, I remember this room. I think there's a buck ton of folks in it. Another one of the difficult rooms. So, guess I'm gonna do it first try again, but you know. Eventually I'm gonna get in a room that I'm not. Right, still not super precise though. Yeah. Maybe upgraded, you know. Get even more mods in there. Not too bad though. Actually not bad at all. With the mod, I agree. With the mod though. Without it, this is nah. Okay. Triangles, that's good. Like those. So we're gonna need more, let's call them batteries. Were there some and I was just not paying attention? That's very possible. Let's see, batteries nearby, so we're probably gonna need to go further in. Pull some up, there we go. Right there. Gonna pull some weed. Well, do these guys count as weed? Because I'm gonna pull some of them. I'm pulling them dead. That almost worked. Some guy shot rockets, so there's got to be at least another Doesn't matter. I can still put a battery now. There we go. Ah, there they were. I knew there were some batteries right behind me, but... Oh, neat little passageway I didn't see. Okay, good to know, good to know. Oh, there we go. Okay. Being silly tonight and missing out easy things. Sounds like we're done.
Let's go lift the lockdown.
Not blowing up is good. Not blowing up is good. Okay. Oh, that easy. Alright then. Okay, let's find a place to save. There should be control room. Not a control node. Anyway, one of these weird places. Or actually, you know what? The end of the zone is right there, so I guess we can just finish the section. Upcoming game reminder. Next game is Wednesday at 8, usual spot. Hazard, hose me $20. Arish, still in a fucking winning streak. Someone please figure out how he's cheating. Thompson suspended for a game because of that shady dealing incident. Guy, I owe you $60. I brought beers last time, so it's Hepstonstall's turn. Remus. Don't think there's a fight. Based on the layout, maybe there's a fight. Yep, there's a fight. For the ship. Okay, I can see how I might start liking using the shield. I can see it as a thing. Okay, let's loot. Grab the zone. Sorry. That probably takes me back. So, yep. We're gonna grab the zone and that'll be that for tonight. Sounds like a good spot to end.
Forces contain a lockdown. Would only be lifted by a directorial override.
This is what we came here to do.
Okay, so I think this saves exactly. Perfect, this saves. So that's going to be a good spot for us. Next week we're right next to the objectives, so it's not going to be hard to find. And then we're going to have, just like last time, a bunch of new documents to read through under the collectibles. So it'll get us back into the lore, back into the game. That's perfect. All right, I hope you had fun. I sure did. Still loving that game to bits. slowly getting to relearn these powers. You may have noticed that sometimes I run and I jump for no reason. Obviously, in many games that's something I would do anyway, but in this game there's a particular reason. There's a power that my body remembers having that I keep trying to use. You'll see when we get it. It's worth it. It's pretty good. It's going to take a while for us to get there though, but it's going to be worth it when we get it. For now, thanks for coming. It was super cool. I hope you're loving Control as much as I am. It's literally one of my favorite games. I keep saying that. So come back next week for more of that. We're going to keep exploring the Oldest House together and discovering all of its secrets. Until then, have a great week and have fun. Enjoy life. See you all in a week.